Most of us, we dread it, right? That moment you feel like you're being sold to, or maybe even worse, the moment you have to sell something yourself. But what if we could just rebuild that entire experience into something, well, powerful and genuine? Today, we're going to explore the architecture of influence. I want you to start with this question. Just really think about it. What's your gut reaction to the word selling? For a lot of us, it probably brings up some, let's just say, less than positive feelings, right? And that's perfectly normal. We've all been on the receiving end of a really bad pitch, and that experience has basically taught us to put our guard up. So the idea of being a salesperson can feel awkward, maybe even a little manipulative. And what's crazy is how universal these feelings are. I mean, look at these words. The old model of selling is built on a foundation of pure negativity, pressure, a pushy attitude, manipulation, a bunch of jargon, and just this deep sense of inauthenticity. It's a broken system that makes everybody feel kind of bad. So that's the crucial point here. That model is broken. It flat out doesn't work for the person selling, and it absolutely doesn't work for the person being sold to. The goal of this explainer is to just tear that model down completely. And once we've cleared away all that rubble, we can start fresh. We're talking a new blueprint. We're not just patching up the old system, we're rebuilding influence and communication from a brand new, much more solid foundation. This quote right here, this is our guiding principle. It's the core idea that everything else is built on. Just notice the key parts. Simple interactions, making others feel important, and building trust. That's it. That's the entire framework. So how do we build this? Well, the first pillar is what we'll call radical simplicity. This is all about stripping away the jargon and the corporate speak that just creates distance and confusion. It's about keeping it real. And this just illustrates the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got the kind of fluff we've all heard. It sounds fancy, but it means absolutely nothing. On the right, you have a simple, direct, human statement. Which one builds a connection faster? I mean, it's not even a contest. The new way is all about clarity. Now for the second pillar, and this one is a fundamental shift in perspective. True influence is not about showcasing how great you are. It's about demonstrating how much you value the other person. It's about them. So how do we actually do that? Well, it's not complicated. First, you ask questions that show you're genuinely curious about their world. Second, you stop planning what you're going to say next and you actually listen. And third, you validate what they're saying. And that doesn't mean you have to agree. It just means showing you understand their point of view. And all of this leads us to our third and final piece, the capstone, trust. See, when you communicate with simplicity and you make the other person feel important, trust isn't a goal you have to chase. It's just the natural result. It's the most valuable thing you can build. Let's just build this out visually so you can see it. It all starts right here with simple, clear, fluff-free interactions. This is your foundation. Then you add that second layer. To those simple interactions, you bring a genuine focus on the other person, making them feel seen and heard. And the sum of those two parts, it's this: unshakable trust. It's the outcome. When people feel that you communicate clearly and that you value them, they will trust you. It's a simple but incredibly powerful equation. What we've just built together is the new architecture of influence. And you want to know the most powerful part? It's not some complex strategy. It's just a more direct, more human way to build strong, productive relationships by bypassing all the old, inefficient tactics. This brings us to a brand new definition. Selling isn't about pushing a product anymore. It's a process of building trust. And how do you do it? Through those simple interactions that make other people feel seen, heard, and valued. Now that is a definition anyone can get behind. And the really crucial takeaway here is this. We've been using the word selling, but this isn't just about business. This is a philosophy for your conversation with your boss, your partner, your colleagues. It's a universal framework for better human connection. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Think about your week ahead. Who are you going to interact with? And whose trust could you build? Not by trying to sell them on anything, but just by making your interaction a little more simple and making them feel a little more important.